Hi, welcome to the Red Tie Song Studio. I'm Lori Marsh. I'm here hanging out today with my friends Travis Doucette. Hi, Trav.
Hey, how's it going?
And Brandon Sharp. Hi, Brandon.
Hey there.
Thanks for coming in today, guys.
Thank you.
We're sitting here talking about some things God's doing in these guys' lives. And they are writing songs. And we're here today to talk about a song called King of Glory that you guys wrote together, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I learned recently that you're a missionary kid.
Yeah, I sure am. Got a few trips planned coming up, but the song that we're talking about today was actually birthed from one of these trips in Haiti.
That's right. That was a couple years ago, and you guys went over there on a missionary trip, like with a ministry team, or?
Well, we went with an organization. There was actually a mutual friend of ours whose father has been going for years to Haiti. And then, of course, after the earthquake, we just felt like we needed to respond to this. As people, as Christians, as worshipers, we felt like we needed to respond to this need. It was just so massive what God was doing over there, just even through the catastrophe. And we wanted to be a part of that and to minister to the needs of those people. And for me, I had never been to a third world country. I think, Brandon, you had been before, but I'd never seen poverty or disaster the way that it was in Haiti. And it was just such a neat experience to go and to be able to worship God, not necessarily with music, although we did lead worship and used music while we were there, but to really worship God in terms of our time and in terms of just serving. So it was like a week of building houses and painting and cleaning up rubble and really just meeting the needs, the physical needs of the people over there, and then later the spiritual needs as well, because we led worship a couple of times.
Yeah, we did. And one thing that I found so interesting is that it really put into perspective of the heartbeat and the church of God, because no matter what language that they're speaking, we were all worshiping with the same songs in different languages, and it was so incredibly amazing.
In fact, do you remember the time when we went, there was a church that had been destroyed by the earthquake and the whole roof had totally collapsed, but they were still meeting amongst the concrete rubble. Do you remember this?
Oh,
and
yeah.
It started to rain, so we go and we lead worship there, and we're just basically covered under this cement, kind of cement top, just a partial cement roof. And these people, they sang for what? Was it like 1 or 2 hours? Like they just continually sang over and over again. They had nothing, but they at the same time they had everything. And they had just some old drum set there, and some brother came and played with us, and we just had our guitars and our pianos, and we played until they stopped singing, and it must have been hours.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
That's awesome, you guys. Now, how did that experience impact this song, King of Glory? Where did that come from?
Well, kind of like what we were saying, we even started the whole song out not even on words, just more of a cry with a whoa, kind of our turnaround with a whoa.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just kind of, different songs start different ways. And I remember where we were at our host home, and I think it was probably raining outside. It rains a lot in Haiti. Yeah. And we were hanging out in the living room, and I remember just being on the, on the couch and just kind of hanging out. And we just had this little, and just this little lick, and we started singing that, whoa, whoa.
Wow.
And that's just basically where it began. I think we had a djembe, and I was kind of beating around on it. And then from there, the song just kind of started to take form. And then after that, we talked a little bit over the summer, over the phone, and just kind of crafting the lyrics, and really just taking the time to catch a vision for the song.
Yeah.
And I think we were thinking about making it an opener, right? Like we wanted it to be.
Yeah, more of just an upbeat, fast tempo song that could really just open the service and open it right, talking about God being the King of Glory.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Haiti people love to celebrate, don't they,
They
too?
do.
Even in the midst of that tragedy, I'm sure they really, would love to sing that song and worshiping God together with you.
Right.
Guys, I'd really like everybody to hear this great song. Why don't you go ahead and share it with us?
Sure. Let a song arise for your glory, for your love divine, never failing. There is hope for us through your sacrifice. You have washed our sins, we are purified with thankful hearts. We lift you high, King of glory, Lord most worthy. We come to We sing of love that never changes, be lifted high upon our praises. We sing of love that never changes, be lifted high upon our praises. King of glory, Lord most worthy, we come to bring you praise. Your love is faithful, always able to cause our hearts to sing.
Oh, that's awesome, you guys. I love that line. Your love is faithful, always able to cause our hearts to praise. Especially when you know the story behind the song. That is really powerful. Hey, tell us a little bit about, if somebody wanted to do this in their own church, tell some things about the song, the characteristics of how you're playing that would be helpful for them.
Yeah, definitely. Let's just talk about the intro for a little while.
Sure. Yeah, it's just like a really simple lick. We're in the key of D major. It's really a driving song, kind of 4 on the floor. And all I'm doing, really, with my right and left hand, I'm just basically doing a D note and an A note, and I'm basically rocking between a D and an E on my right hand, just going. Watch out the guitar.
The verse, yeah, it's still driving all the way through, and then we get to the chorus and it really opens up about halfway through. And then we go to our turnaround with that woe lick.
What's the woe lick?
The woe lick. It's just what is it? A 4-chord. The
The 6, the 4, the 5, the 4, the 6, back to the 5.
Yeah, very simple.
Yeah.
Kind of puts a cap on the end. Something fun to sing in church, right?
Yeah.
That'd be a great opener, just like you said. Yeah. I love it. Thanks for sharing that song with us, you guys. Brandon and Travis, God bless you. Thanks for being here with us today. We really appreciate it.